Okay, everybody, how's it going? I hope you're all having a good evening and getting ready for Thanksgiving. This is J.A. Tony Clark, and I'm just going to respond really quick from another video I did. In other words, I'm going to make my point that I have nothing whatsoever against Filipinos. As a matter of fact, Filipinos are extremely orderly when it comes to certain things like immigration, whereas other countries are not. So I just want people to know, we kick it with Filipinos, Filipinos kick it with us. Does it mean if you go to the Philippines, everything is safe? No. Yes, if you're going to go there and you're going to vacation in a casino, chances are casinos are much more rigged than the casinos here probably. But you're going to probably have no issues with food and water. I'm absolutely sure of that. However, if you go anywhere else in the Philippines, there's going to be street vendor food, and you better expect that most of it is preserved in the same, primitive manner of old time before refrigeration. That is vinegar, salt, stuff like that. So just knowing this, remember, if you go to the Philippines, you're not in a casino and you're just running around like these guys are, street vendor food, trust me, you definitely want to make sure you do your homework on the food vendor that you're going to, because probably 30% of them are going to try to save money and use shit water. So it doesn't mean they're bad Filipinos. They're trying to save money, like I said, I'm not against Filipinos. I like them. They're cool people. And they immigrate with quality. They know what to do to immigrate. Trust me on that. And they're very diverse. I don't have to go into detail. I think you kind of know what I mean, but it doesn't mean that's a great thing from my vantage point. But they are very diverse, and they have pretty extreme diversity. So I don't know if that's a good thing from my standpoint, is what I'm saying. So here, anyway, listen to this.
We're at the University of the Philippines. Is this like a food court, or is this a student center?
Yes. So
Okay.
you do photocopies here and then eat as
And
well.
eat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get everything done.
Oh, and we're going to a legendary stall, which is called Radix. They do have a series of different Filipino dishes to eat. But one of the, I think almost everybody who comes here eats the tapsilog, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we ordered tapsilog, and it comes with rice. The actual meat is called tapsi.
Tapa.
Tapa.
Tapa, which is from Carabao.
Okay, and it's cured in vinegar, right?
Vinegar and soy sauce.
Vinegar and soy sauce. It's cured in vinegar and soy sauce. Then they serve that over rice with an egg, so it's a complete. Especially makes a good breakfast. It's just 3 parts, right? Rice on the bottom, the tapa,
Tapa.
and the fried egg on top. And you can see that's a beautiful looking fried egg. I think they've just fried it on one side, so it's kind of juicy, still half cooked. So Rebby douses hers all in vinegar, but I'm gonna just taste it first
Go for it.
to taste the flavor of the tapa before adding the vinegar. But I know I'll need the vinegar too. And actually, this is made with carabao, which is a water buffalo. It's a little bit sweet and sour.
Yeah.
Sweet and sour and salty. Yeah, we'll be good with that extra dimension of sourness. I'm gonna douse it in vinegar as well. You need more vinegar? You want me to? Lots?
Keep going. I'm good, thanks.
Right. Alright, I'm going in for the yolk. Oh, that's what makes it good. Okay, yolk. And everything. Oh yeah. With the extra vinegar, it's really good. It almost tastes like beef. Maybe just with a little bit of a more meaty taste to it. Just finished with that tapsilog, and I just read that they've been making that same recipe since 1949. So
Okay, so there you go there with the tapsilog. Anyway, so I just wanted to make that point. Nothing against Filipinos. But if you're going to the Philippines, just remember, if you're going to go visit a casino, obviously you're going to have decent food and quality. But once you're traveling around the Philippines, it's a whole different story. You're going to be dealing with food like that. And did you see how she was like, keep dousing it with vinegar? It's because they got a lot of stomach-borne illnesses down there. Not everyone is using great water in their vendor. The vendors aren't using great water. They might boil it, but does that make it safe? No, you don't know where they're getting it. That's the whole point. And most of the people, like I said in my other video, they don't have plumbing, so they basically all have Scheisenhausers, which is basically a ditch in their yard. So just remember, any kind of groundwater they're getting there, that's why they're using vinegar and dousing vinegar with everything. So I just wanted to let you guys know, this isn't a hate video. This is just a little bit of an experience. And also, if you go to the Philippines, always remember, like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe a little longer, there was a special forces group that went down there. And from my Filipino friend, he kind of explained to me, well, we assumed they were going down there to get a payment from the terrorists because, there's a lot of people down there that believe that we are actually dealing with the terrorists rather than trying to do something about it. We're actually getting paid from them so they could even keep the island areas that they had. So actually what he said was they didn't make a payment. So the Filipino army got a bunch of special forces. Philippine army went down there. About 40 plus got killed, ambushed by the terrorists. And the Filipino news even showed a white guy being hauled off into a cargo plane dead. So a lot of people speculated from seeing that it had CIA roots. So I just want to let you know that if you go to the Philippines, you don't just have to worry about food and water. You also have to worry about where you go in the Philippines, because there's terrorists down there. Some of them are, only there because they pay us off. And that's what the Filipinos believe. Anyway, so you guys have a good day. Sorry about that. Later. Oh, and like and subscribe.